So we
I
are.
swung out wide to make a U-turn.
Come on.
Everybody get off my case. Colt, it's your fault.
If you'd like to know the tea, Silverstone has now broken the carts. We were working on our code.
Please help us. You have to buy a pizza.
I do.
Yeah, because you broke the cart.
Colt.
What happened?
Dude,
Is it
five,
fully
man.
broken?
Yay for Usher! The steering column that was already broken.
But there's no steering column, is what I'm hearing. You fool!
What does this mean will happen at 6 o'clock?
We don't get to drive the OttoKart at 6 o'clock, which means I get to eat chorizo. And I get to go home. Yeah! Yeah!
Okay, we have Marissa here. We have me here. We also have Malin with us. That's Malin, right there.
Yeah.
She's joined us. She's helped us strategize this amazing plan. So Marissa, what are we working on?
Well, we're having issues with the first turn still. We were able to make this turn with the previous code, but we can't make that turn. So what we ended up doing is changing the code a little bit so that when we're turning, instead of picking a pixel to set as white and everything else says black, that was in the grass that would make the OttoKart freak out, we made it so that way if it's turning, it can recognize that and it will pick a spot that's closer to the road. So that way it will still recognize the road as being the road. So hopefully that ends up working. We haven't really gotten a chance on the OttoKart since that code was added, so let's hope. And also I made the driving code, so, well, the turning code, so, oh God. If it breaks, I'm sorry, Zane.
Yeah, so Marissa worked on some awesome turning codes, so hopefully it works. But right now for our drive, we're gonna really just focus on these turns. So, and generally we've been starting our runs from all the way back and just running this, but we can't really go any further unless we make the turn. So we're just starting at the turn. Can we do it? If yes, go to this turn. Can we do it? If yes, then we're gonna do the whole thing. So that's our game plan. Can we take turn number 1? What we're working on, we're trying to figure that out because, right, as Marissa said, we updated a lot of code, but we haven't got to run through it yet, so we don't know if it works or not. So I think we're going to make a second edited version with some different numbers, and that way, if it doesn't work, we can just quickly pull up the next code and get that running. So
I think the kids in the back there are singing some song, but I've heard 4 different songs in it, so I couldn't tell you what that was.
Yeah, crazies.
You know, leave a comment telling me what song that was.
Malin has lost her voice today. She's very ill, which is why she's not speaking at all. So yeah, good work, potentially. We'll see.
All right, Aiden, what's going on?
Okay, so our run's coming up in a minute. So we have 3 different code variations that we're testing. So our first one, so Marissa has worked on a new turning function, and so that's what we're going to start implementing, which is using the average of the pixels we see on the screen. So essentially it's going to figure out which way the road's turning, and if it's not centered, then it starts to turn. You can kind of see with this, like, if the road is following these, then great. If the average of the road starts to go off, then it should turn with it. So Marissa's worked on that. Our second one is the same thing with some different variables, and it's also a smaller screen to adjust the average, so we're not getting a bunch of static. Then our third test is going to be our previous code that we did, but now that we have our recover function in it, hopefully we'll be able to make a turn, because the main problem with our original was that during a turn, it would put the grass as its road color, and so then it would just start going into the grass. So the recover function essentially brings that color point closer, so hopefully you can make the turn all the way through. So we're about to test these, and hopefully it will all work out. Alright, so we just got done doing our test run. Marissa, how did it go?
Well, we had 3 pieces of code we wanted to try. We were able to get through only 2 of them. We had some success. We got a little farther in the turn than we have before, but we still can't quite clear it. We're going to try and see if we can switch to the upper track with our new code that we have, because before we just had it based on like percentages of boxes, but now we have the averaging function, so hopefully that would be a little bit better on the upper one, which is really spotty.
Yeah. So, yeah. So we're gonna see if we can get it up there. But we did make the turn, so
Yeah.
we'll see.